Greetings, true believers. It's your old pal, Spider-Man. Hey everybody, it's KJ from TSC. I go by Spider on the forum. This is going to be my shave with my new TSC Legacy Brush that was made for the Legacy members by Sorrentino. So here's a close-up of the brush. The grain on this thing is just amazing. And honestly, I didn't know much about Eric's brushes going into this, and I was a little hesitant getting in on it because I'm not a fan of wood handle brushes. In general, they're a little bit more maintenance intensive, just because you got to be careful with them as far as soaking them. You don't want to submerge the handle in water, and I'm really lazy, so that bothers me. But once I saw this brush in person and the finish that he put on this, I was just blown away. There's absolutely no worries about wood or water penetrating into this wood and damaging this, cracking it, whatever, like some of the other wood handle brushes you might see. And you see we got the TSC coin in the bottom of it. It's got a synthetic knot. I'm not sure the dimensions, but it's a fan shape. So we're going to give this a go and see how it works. Since it's synthetic, it doesn't need to be soaked, so I'm just going to wet it a little bit, shake it off. Now I did a test lather yesterday with this with Mystic Water. Could not get this thing to lather Mystic Water whatsoever. So today we're going to be using Jeeves of Hudson Street Conservatory, which is my favorite scent from him. He changed the name on this. I believe it's called Mountain Rain now, or something Rain. But this is a really great scent. Kind of not necessarily woodsy, but a very outdoorsy kind of natural scent. So I usually do about a 20-second load with just about any soap that I'm using. So this video is kind of a test. This is my first video for TSC, and I'm in a new house, so I'm kind of playing around with some stuff. So we'll see how this video works as far as the angle and everything, and see if we need to change some stuff up. So if you see a problem with my video as far as how I shot it, the angles or anything, please let me know, and I'll try to make some corrections. So I am a dedicated face latherer. Sometimes I will bowl lather if I'm testing out a soap or something, but pretty much I'm just a face lather. Like I said, I'm low maintenance, so I like things to be easy and quick, and the easiest thing to do is face lather for me. Now this does seem to be a little bit, I don't know, a little bit longer of a brush, or maybe because it's the fan shape, I don't know. It seems to be a little bit more floppy than most brushes that I'm used to, including some of my other synthetics. But it has no problem lathering this up. Seems to be pretty springy, so when you smush it down, they kind of spring right back. Pretty much done. This thing has whipped up this lather really good. So I'll finish off with some paintbrush strokes. And today, well, just about every single day, I'm using my Mercury HD. It's pretty much my workhorse for my den. I love my vintage Gillettes, but there's just something about this razor that just is very easy and efficient. So I just keep using this one every single day. Every now and then I'll get on a kick and use a vintage razor for a week or so, and then I usually just go right back to this thing. trying to shave quickly because this video is not really about the shave, it's about the brush. So I want to get back to the brush. Alright, pass one done. As far as the grip on this, it seems to be somewhat natural. It doesn't fit my fingers perfectly, but it's got a nice detent here that your finger and thumb can kind of rest into. This edge kind of hit me in a weird spot on this, but you can always adjust to the side. And then, you know, a nice flat bottom, kind of rest in your palm. So that's kind of my natural grip. I know other people might grip this a little bit differently, but that's kind of just the natural way that I tended to grab onto this brush. So I need to add a little bit more water for the second pass. There we go. Now, just from my test lather yesterday, maybe it was just because it wasn't bringing the soap together into a lather at all. It seemed to be a little bit too springy on my face, and I didn't really like it yesterday, but I think maybe it's just because it wasn't lathering, and now that I've actually got a lather, despite being a little bit floppy for my taste, this brush seems to be working out pretty well. Alright, so we'll go to my second pass, which for me is an across the grain, but once I get to my chin, across the grain is actually against the grain. I guess maybe if I looked at the camera that would help, huh? You can see everything. Mental note. Look at the camera. Do a little bit of touch up. Got enough slickness left that I don't really need to relather to get any areas that might need touching up. All right. Just give our tools a little rinse here. Clean off this brush. Alright, so if this is the first video you're watching about the TSC Legacy Brush, the Shaving Cadre is a new forum that we have, and the Legacy members were the first group of guys to get on the forum and kind of beta test it and get most of the kinks out before we actually went live with it. So we had a project where Eric Sorrentino, one of our Legacy members and a brush hobbyist, made all these brushes for us. They're all the same design. However, the wood, it's all the same wood, but because of the wood, each piece is almost different from every other one, just because the grain is different. I saw them all on the shelf when he was doing the raffle to see who got which brush, and I think there's like one or two that look similar to mine, but the rest of them are drastically different. Some of them are very light and don't have a lot of heavy grain showing, and some of them are really dark. So it's really cool that all these brushes are similar but different. Each one has its own character. Mine's the best. You can see right here, mine is the best one. No, I just love the brush. It almost has a, not an iridescent, but almost like a tiger eye quality. The grain, that's why I'm trying to rotate it around. The grain almost seems to change with the light. I mean, not really, but just because of the way it looks, that's kind of the way it seems. So I just love the look of this handle. The design of it is really cool. The project is awesome for the Legacy members, and if you're not a Legacy member, but you want a brush with the coin for TSC, you can get with Eric Sorrentino, and he will make a TSC brush. It will be different from the Legacy brush because this is a unique design for the Legacy members, but he will make you a brush in the wood of your choice, and it'll get the TSC coin. So you can get a TSC logo brush. Just contact Eric. Again, thanks Eric for making these. Thank you to the creators of the site. This is a great project, and thank you for organizing this. What more can I say? It's a great forum. We're just starting off. We're kind of new, but we got a lot going on right there, and we're going to have a lot more. So please come visit us at www.theshavingcadre.com, and we'll see you guys later. Thanks.